What is happening today? I'm down at the beach. I'm going to be trying to take some photos. Obviously it's been hard with coronavirus and everything that I can't really travel 5 miles from where I live. It's not allowed. You can get a fine for it. I'm down the beach and I'm going to try and just get a couple of hopefully decent photos down here. The sun is rising now. It is still a bit cloudy, so maybe if those clouds break a wee bit, I'll be able to get some cool shots of that. I've got the drone with me as well, so even if that fails, hopefully some aerial shots will go down a treat, and then we'll head back and I'll edit them up. Hopefully I'll have a couple of photos to edit, and I'll show you the editing process that I do to get that final finished photo, and hopefully it'll help you guys. But that's the sun rising now, so I'm going to try and get some snaps of this. Let's go. What's happened already? It started raining. I got one good photo. It was actually amazing. The sun was rising. It looked pure good. I mean, you can still see the glow behind me, but it's actually started raining. I think it's getting lighter though, you know. What a disaster. Right, so that was a total disaster down the beach. It was actually pouring of rain. I've had a quick look through the photos. I think I've got like 3 that I could definitely edit. They could be something good, so I'm gonna dive into Lightroom and see what I can get out of them. Just in case you're on my Instagram and you're like, that's a different edit from the one he done in that video. Usually when I edit photos, I'll edit them and then I'll give it a day or 2 and then I'll go back to it and I'll maybe change a few things, because I think when you come away from a project and then go back to it, sometimes you do look at it differently and you want to change a few things on it, and usually it turns out a bit better. So just in case there's a few tweaks from the finished product today to what you actually see on my Instagram. But let's dive into Lightroom and we'll start editing these photos. Right, so this is the first shot here. I set up a timer and ran into the shot and just kind of looked off into the distance, into the sunset. First off, when I'm editing, I'll usually jump down to the lens correction and remove chromatic aberration and enable profile correction. See how it just kind of changes the photo a wee bit. That's just to kind of match your lens. So I do that first, and then I'll come up and I'll change the crop to suit Instagram. So 8x10 is your kind of longer crop, and the 4x5 is your kind of square crop for Instagram. It's actually a bit squint, so I'll just kind of straighten up a wee bit just by doing that. Maybe a wee bit more. And I'll make sure that the sun is directly in the middle, so I'll press O on the keyboard and cycle along to that, then just bring that in I'll bring it out slightly so the sun's right in the middle. And then the other thing I want to do is make sure this top line here is bang on the horizon, and I'm just kind of off to the side there because the point of interest is the sun. Bring it a wee bit higher than that. And yeah, that'll do just now. I might change the crop later on, but that's my kind of starting crop there. Let's go up to, first of all, highlights. You can see the sky's a wee bit blown out there, so I'm just going to drop those highlights just right down about to there, -70. Bring out the shadows a wee bit. You don't want it too much shadows, because you can see where the light's coming from the sun, so there's no point in me pure bringing the shadows right up and lighting my back. It just doesn't really make sense from where the sun is. So I'll just keep that still a wee bit shaded, give that kind of silhouette kind of look. Then I'll bring up the blacks a wee bit as well. Drop those whites a wee bit. All the time keeping an eye on my histogram, making sure it's kind of got the kind of center, so it's like properly highlighted on the histogram there. Bump up the contrast a wee bit. These are the basic settings. I always come back to it anyway as I'm kind of editing. I'll keep on adjusting them as I edit. The actual white balance, I think I'll make this a wee bit warmer because it looks a bit cold, so I'll maybe bring that up just a tad, just a wee bit to kind of give it that more kind of warm look to the photo. The greens and the purples are fine. I'll just leave them in the center there. Clarity and dehaze and texture I'll come back to in a minute. I'm gonna go to my tone curve here. Just put a kind of wee S curve in it. I usually like to, that's my kind of starting point, and if I want to change it, I'll kind of change it as I go. A wee bit darker up there. My sun, I actually quite like the colour of the sun. I don't really feel as if I need to change the hue that much, but I'll maybe just make it a wee bit more orange. The yellow a wee bit more orange. Yeah, maybe just not too much. What other colours we got here? That's it, really just the yellows and the wee bit of blues. There's not really much happening with the blues. I'll grab this wee kind of tool here just to kind of go through the photo and see what kind of blues I've got. Up the top, there's nothing even really. Head into saturation. Let's see. Obviously want it to kind of make that sunrise pop, but not too much as well. Yeah, cool. So far so good. Just keeping an eye on before and after. Make sure I'm not going too over the top. But yeah, it's looking good so far. Luminance. Bring those darker. Nah, bring that dark as well. See now, I think the oranges are a wee bit too much, so I'll maybe desaturate them a wee bit more. Oh, that's the hue, sorry. Oranges, bring them down a wee bit more. There. Split toning is, that's kind of like one of the last things I would do if I wanted to do it. That's to kind of give your photo like a real kind of look, if you know what I mean, like to kind of match your style. Well, that's what I would use it for anyway. Sharpening is fine. Noise reduction, it seems alright, but I'll throw a 30. Usually want to go between 30 and 50 with the noise reduction. You don't want to go much higher than that, it'll start to look weird. I'll just throw 40 on it. I don't think it really needs it, but I'll just throw it on it anyway. Vignette, I'll put that on in a wee bit. Calibration, I usually do a kind of teal and orange kind of look, but we'll see what it looks like in this one. I might not. And then at the same time, just kind of bringing down the saturation, maybe bringing down the blues. Let's see what it looks like with it off, on. Yeah, maybe bring it down a wee bit more. Not bad. Right, now I'm gonna head up to. I've kind of got my colours generally done. So generally done. So I'm gonna maybe boost the clarity a bit. See how that kind of brings out the photo. Not too much. Dehaze it maybe a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Texture. Sometimes I like to just boost it to the max, see what it kind of looks like, and then I'll just take it down from there until I kind of get something I'm comfortable with. You don't want that. This doesn't need that much clarity. In fact, it'd probably look quite nice with kind of more of a kind of soft look in this photo. But for my kind of grid, I don't really have a lot of soft photos on my photo like that, like pure low clarity. So like I always kind of think, try and keep them kind of similar. Plus it kind of gets the clouds looking cool with the higher clarity and stuff like that. Anyway, it gives them a bit more character. Saturation, I'll literally just bring that up a slight bit. Don't want those oranges too overpowering. Vibrance, just the same again with vibrance, not too much, not too little. Let's see, I feel as if those oranges are still a bit, maybe a bit too orange. Bring them down a bit there. Alright, before and after, yeah, it's looking no bad. Maybe bring those shadows up a wee bit as well. And blacks up a wee bit as well. Yeah, not bad. Head down to vignette. Put a vignette on it, just kind of slight vignette, just to draw you into that kind of sunrise. And then I'll go to profile and change. I usually change it to modern 8, and that's just for my Instagram. Really, I put all this modern 808 on it. just to kind of bring that, so they've all got that kind of similar overlay on the photo once I finished editing it. But I don't put it like pure to the max, you know what I mean? I'll put like just 30 or something on it, 25 to 30 or something, and I'll just give it that look, so like hopefully my grid on Instagram kind of all matches up as well. But yeah, I think that looks alright, definitely. But that's my first kind of photo there. Not bad, eh? Let's go for the next one. It looks alright. It's not the best. It's not the worst. The clouds are fucking nah. I think I'll definitely do a sky replacement in this photo. I think, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna come back to this and do a sky replacement in Photoshop, because that is just, I'm not really digging that at all. I like this part. This part looks cool. The sand looks good. It's a good kind of brown. Sea looks alright, but nah, this sky's, nah, I'm not into that at all. Anyway, right, that'll do for that one just now. I'm quite happy with that. That turned out no bad. This is alright, this other one, but I just think the sky needs replaced, and it might actually turn out no bad. So yeah, that's it. That was just a couple of photos I was editing that I shot today, this morning. I hope you enjoyed it and you found it helpful. I know it's quite a long video and I'm going like step by step through these kind of like the way I do it on Lightroom, but I just think it's helpful. And see, when I was learning, I actually wanted more videos like that to learn how to use Lightroom properly, and just seeing how somebody goes through step by step on Lightroom. Hopefully it was helpful and you've watched it right to the end. If you have, don't forget to like the video, subscribe and comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.